What if I told you that you can build a simple webinar that runs on autopilot, turning complete strangers into paying customers every single day? This is the exact kind of business that people are using today to make money online. And no, I don't have a high ticket course or anything like that that I'm going to offer you or anything like that that I'm trying to sell you in this particular video. What I want to do is show you how to actually build an effective webinar that can help you grow your product, service, business, or whatever it is that you're trying to do. Now, all I ask is that if you find this video valuable, share it and then leave me a comment below that you've done that. And I'll be so grateful. I want to say thank you so much. Now, let me kind of show you how to build an evergreen webinar that's going to allow you to attract more clients and make money online. Let's hop into it. Now, before we begin, one of the things I want to sit back and help you understand is before you build something, a webinar, you're going to have to choose a webinar platform. Now, I build all of my webinars and products and stuff off one particular platform that I'll show you here in a few minutes. But I do want to sit back and at least have an open mind. Just let you know that there are other products out there that can do webinars. However, I'm going to show you a product at the very end. That's the thing. I've been using a software platform I've been using for years and years because I feel it's the best. But again, I don't want to sway your balance. I want to make sure that you look at all the particular products and then be able to make your own decision. And here in just a few minutes, when we hop into it, I'm going to show you how to build it. And I'm even going to offer you a free template and show you how you can actually download this template if you're using the same software that I am by chance. So right now, this is eWebinar. What I'm going to do is go over about 4 of the top webinar softwares that are out there and just look at just basic pricing for these. Now, I do want to sit back and let you know most webinar platforms are pretty similar. They offer you the ability to build a webinar. They automate things. They can connect up just obviously with your computer, your webcam. They can handle registration. They can also handle just the email notifications for people to email people when they sign up for the notification to do all that. So there is some back-end stuff that they do, but there's a lot of stuff that these platforms don't have that I'm going to show you in the platform that I'm using. It has a lot more features for probably similar, if not less price than what these are going for. But let's just take a quick look here. If we're dealing with this particular platform for eWebinar, you see we're at $99 a month for just a very basic one. You can have up to 1 active webinar and 3,000 registrants per month. Now, this is an example of what I honestly don't like. I don't like software to nickel and dime me for this stuff. What I really like is let me pay for your software and have as many webinars as I want, as many registrants as I want. Why are you restricting me from doing this? This is one of my own personal pet peeve that I don't like about softwares. And that's the reason why I actually moved on to the platform I'm going to show you, because these other pieces of software that I was using kept doing this to me, kept limiting me, and I had to upgrade to the next plan to get more active webinars and so forth. So here again, it's just $99 a month. Now, this right here is probably about the most effective one that I saw as far as pricing. So if you look here, it is like 30 cents. It looks like per attendee per month. So depending upon what that is, keep in mind, when you say attendees, depending upon the webinars that you actually run, keep in mind, this can get pricey. So if you start moving the numbers up, if you have 1,000 people per month, I don't know how many webinars you want to do or how many people you want in your room at any given time, but 30 cents per participant per month, that could add up to a lot. Obviously, if you have 5,000, 10,000, now this becomes hundreds of dollars per month in order to do that. So again, it has all the built-in features I love about this: unlimited webinars, unlimited registrants. This is what I like about software. However, at 30 cents per participant, it can still get pricey because they're charging per participant per price. Let's hop up, and this is a Webinar Ninja. The next one we're going to be looking at is Demio. This is one, again, I've never used any of these particular products myself. I'm just familiar with people that have. And Demio, if we take a look at the pricing here, notice that we've got, just quickly looking at it here, looks like we've got just a low end of $45 a month, but we've got this attendee room where if you want it, it's like $196 a month. So that's, again, pretty pricey if you want to get the premium and the best value. Now, the last one is Webinar Jam. This is one that you might have actually heard about, and this is one that's been quite popular. But let me see if we can find the plans of pricing here on this one. So here, starter plan. Okay, great. $40 a month. Pretty straightforward. That's honestly not bad. Unlimited webinars. I love it. Includes 1 host. That's fine. You only really need about 1 host. 100 attendees per webinar. That could be a limiting factor. That really could limit you. If you're really trying to pull a big list and get a lot of people on there, 100 is very limited for that. And the fact that you have to go up to get more people. So 500, that'd probably be more like it. Most webinars, you can get more than 100 people enrolled in them, but more than 500. So honestly, this is like $79 a month, and it says billed annually. So I'm sure if it's a monthly plan, what is this? $99 a month if it's billed monthly. So again, you're at about, basically, let's just say at the $100 price point. Okay. So all of these are basically somewhere in the like $100 price point for the unlimited webinars, including as many number of hosts you want and things like that. Now, one of the things I do want to sit back and offer to you, and this is the platform that I use, is called HighLevel. Now, you might have heard of HighLevel as sort of a sales and marketing tool. But one of the things I want to show you is how easily you can actually build a webinar template to do as many different webinars as you want inside of here. Again, A webinar really is just going to be a funnel that you build that's going to collect registrants' information, and it's actually going to be able to send them directly over to either a thank you page or integrate a particular automation and workflow that I'm going to show you here in a little bit that can do some cool stuff behind the scenes after they register for your webinar. But one of the things I do want to show you here is some of the things that you get with HighLevel that you don't get with all those other software that we just looked at and talked about. Now, if you take a look here, I'm going to let you go there. If you just go to gohighlevel.com, you can get to the same page, but I'm going to scroll down here at the bottom because this is where it has the sort of comparison matrix. So here, if we look, and I'm not going to go over all these, you can just see quickly, but you have a full CRM, a complete full CRM. The entire platform is built around the CRM here. That's the heart of this particular software platform. But you have pipeline management. You get everything that you get here is unlimited funnels, unlimited websites, unlimited contacts, unlimited domains, unlimited everything that you get inside of HighLevel. They don't limit you to anything that you actually have. You can have unlimited users in your account. So you don't pay per person, per whatever. Unlimited calendars. All of these things are in here. Unlimited forms, unlimited websites. Now, I will just say this. If you're dealing with the websites inside of HighLevel, which is where I'm going to actually show you, it does not include WordPress. WordPress is able to be hosted inside of HighLevel. I just want to make the stipulation because I don't want to have somebody tell me that, oh, well, you told me everything was included. WordPress is an additional $10 per month per site that you have to pay for the WordPress hosting. So that is additional. But if you build the websites, like I'm going to show you how to build them here in just a minute, inside of HighLevel, you can have as many websites as you want. It's unlimited hosting. All of the domains, all the websites can be hosted with no additional charge other than your monthly subscription plan. Now, again, we have email marketing, text marketing, all your appointments, specifically your workflows and automations. If you deal with courses, it has a complete course builder in it where you can actually charge people upon checkout for this. It has reputation management. If you want to keep track of your Google reviews, it has just a lot of tracking and reporting for all the things that you do. It has a mobile app that you can use. It has tons of stuff in here that you can actually use. And here's the big kicker for all of this right here, $97 price point. So right now, if you're just getting started out here and you just want to build webinars for your own business, this starter plan is really all that you'll need. Now, if you want to start selling HighLevel and doing some of the more advanced things, then you might look at getting an upgrade to that particular platform later. But for right now, just getting started out, this starter plan at $97 gives you access to all of these features right here that we just took a look at here, and all unlimited. And keep in mind, look at some of these other ones here. These right here are charging you a lot for the same type of thing. And these don't even have workflow automations. They don't even have calendars. They don't have all these other things that you can use to run your business with. The webinar software that we looked at is just for doing the webinars. You'll still need a different CRM to pull all your people into and to do all your automations. So now you're dealing with potentially 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of software to run your business, where I'm telling you HighLevel can do all of that together. Now, having said all that, what I want to do is hop in. I don't want to give you a tour of this. I just want to show you where the areas that I'm looking at here. This is a particular area that I have a demo account that I have inside of here. And if we go to sites on the menu here, notice that there's a lot of different ones from, you have calendars, contacts, opportunities. It integrates with Stripe, NMI, Authorize.net, PayPal. It has all these integrations. You can even build custom integrations for payment processors. But here it has AI built into it. Again, that's a topic I love to talk about, but just not here. But under sites, what I want to do is kind of show you a funnel that I've made. Now, I do want to show you that the webinars, there are some webinar features here inside of HighLevel. And I'll just walk through the webinar builder here that they have. Now, here's the two things that they actually offer you inside of this thing. They offer you an on-demand webinar, which I don't know if you would call that. I call that like a masterclass type of setup rather than like an on-demand webinar, but it's up to you. Whatever you want to call that, it's completely fine. But you also have live webinars. Now, you can do either one of these. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the on-demand webinar here first and go ahead and click continue. Now it's going to ask for the webinar name. So right now, I told you I love AI. I'm just going to do, this is our AI automation webinar. So just give it a name here, select the form. Now, this form is the registration form that we're talking about here. Like on the main site, the actual form that somebody puts in their name and email address, which is really all this is. So inside of HighLevel, you can build unlimited number of forms and things like that. The forms even have logic that you can build into the forms themselves if you want to do it. But for right now, we're just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to choose this Masterclass setup form that I already had pre-created, which just asks for name and email address. That's really it. And it also has a consent box. Keep in mind, if you're doing this, you need to get their consent that just says, yes, checking this box, says that you allow me to send you a text message and email address and communicate with you regarding this Masterclass to get set up, just to get permission to email them so it's not spammy. So it does include that as well. Now, here's the video file. So this video file is the one that is your pre-recorded webinar that you had already recorded maybe, or this could even be a Masterclass video. Right now, I love doing, honestly, Masterclasses, doing a quick funnel for Masterclass, because then you can sit back and run ads. You can run Facebook ads to get people a very unique experience with being able to just log in, give their information, and then give them a video that gives them somewhere between maybe 30 to 45 minutes worth of really good information This isn't high-level service. This is really good in-depth information. You tell them exactly what you're doing, how you can help them, and all these cool things. And then if they want to move forward, then they can have a sign up button below that they can sign up and then take them to another page where you can sell them, particularly maybe a course, maybe it's a coaching program, maybe it's whatever it is that you want to sell them. But a masterclass is a great way, or even an on-demand webinar, forgive me, just trying to use whatever terminology you feel comfortable with. But you can use that as a way of just simply automating your entire sales experience and then giving people something at the same time. So right now, if you click on this, notice that when we do this, it's going to open up the media storage. Now, this is one thing that a lot of people don't understand and talk about, but HighLevel actually has a media storage within each account. So each account, you could have unlimited storage. Now, when I say unlimited storage, I literally mean you can have as much documents, PDFs, images, things like that stored. You can have folders to organize it as much as you want. The only limit that HighLevel has there is a 5 gigabyte limit for every item that you place inside of the media storage. Can't be larger than 5 gigs. That's just a hard limit. But right now, you can do a ton of things here. You can actually host videos from this media storage, but we'll get into that maybe in another video. So right now, I'm just going to choose a video that I've already uploaded here as far as this goes, and just give it a minute. So now it's linking directly to the storage area. And then last but not least, it sits back and gives me a series of templates of how do you want to build it. Here's 12 templates that I believe are out here for doing an on-demand webinar. So you can have a blank one and design it yourself, or choose one of these other web design. I just think I'll just choose this template for web design. And notice what it'll do is it'll come out here, build it, and then do all of the stuff for you, take all the information that you gave it and compile it all into this nice webinar. Now, one of the things I do, and I'm just going to be quite honest here, these templates, they always get better. HighLevel is always adding templates to this, but notice if you take a look here, this is pretty nice to just come in and get this edited. But sometimes this could really be a hindrance, meaning if this doesn't match what you're looking for, then it could take you a long time to come back and change this landing page or this funnel to make it look like you want to look at. Now, me personally, I'd much rather have something that's just much more simplified, just very quick and easy, typically no more than about 2 pages, maybe 2 pages or maybe 2 or 3 steps in a funnel. But I just wanted to show you that's the HighLevel webinar feel. And if you want to, you can just simply build on that. You can customize it. Here are all the pages that you get. Notice it gives you a webinar registration, webinar confirmation, which is really just a thank you page, and then a broadcast page if you actually are looking to do broadcasting. But for right now, I think probably the best thing that you can use for this is really going to be Zoom. For this is where I see most people doing this. It has the best overall price point for the tool is rather than using like Webinar Jam or some of these other ones to actually like host the video display. Using Zoom for that is very inexpensive every single month. It's $150 a year. And you can have up to, I think, 500 applicants or something on that particular plan. So that right there is easy. And then you have HighLevel's costs on top of that. But this is the template that it gives you. I'd much rather just at least show you, and this is the free template or the funnel that I built. I like keeping things very simple myself. Let me see if I could search for the template here. So if we look at this Masterclass template, this is A3. I built this around a sort of AI. So people that are interested in AI, maybe they want to look at, hey, how do I incorporate AI services into my business? Or, hey, how do I sell AI services every single month? So notice I've got a Masterclass sign-up page, a thank you page. I'm going to blow this up a little bit. So here are the steps: a sign-up page, thank you page, and then the Masterclass video. Now, keep in mind, when I say Masterclass video, this could be the on-demand video. Now, before I look into the actual designer and get in here and show you, this is the template that I'm giving you for free. If you take a look at the video description, I'm actually sharing a link to this particular template in my account. So anybody that's using HighLevel, feel free to click on it. You can download it and import it. If you want to, you can definitely start your own HighLevel account. If you want to start a free trial, I would suggest using my link in the video description below. If you do use that link, they do give you a 30-day free trial. If you go to HighLevel and sign up directly with them, you only get a 14-day free trial. Because I'm an affiliate of HighLevel's, they allow me to extend that particular free feature to give you an additional 2 weeks or full 30 days free of the software. So use my link in the video. I have a ton of other bonuses and so forth that can help you out as well. But real quick here, I just wanted to show you some of the steps of how this works. You are going to promote the Masterclass sign-up page, and that could be any domain that you want. So just pick a domain. You could buy a new one. It could be a subdomain of an existing domain that you have, but that's a domain that you configure, and you actually have that connected directly to this funnel. Now, I'm not going to show you how to do that. I'd much rather just keep things simple in this particular video and just show you how it works and show you some of the features of the page and how easy it is to design it, whether you're designing it in HighLevel or even one of the other software platforms. How do I do it, and how do I like to do it? So again, you have one sign-up form that people go to. This is the main VSL if you want to look at that, the virtual sales page. So it's a sales page. It's, hey, why should they sign up? Why is this going to be a value? Now, again, you can have Facebook ads running that generates people and send people over to this page for registration. You can run Google ads. You can do social media posts, drive traffic as much as you can to this page to get signed up. Okay. Now, once people sign up, if you want to, it's completely up to you. I don't necessarily like to do a thank you page because I think it's like an extra step that you're giving somebody that they don't need, because you can always, once they sign up, you're going to have their name and their email address. So from there, you can just simply email them, hey, thanks for registering for the so forth. So you don't have to necessarily do it here, but I did want to include it in case somebody wants to have a thank you page and have some additional information and so forth on it. But if they do go to the thank you page, then they're just going to have another button that says click here to watch the masterclass or the webinar, whatever it is that they signed up for. And then it's eventually going to take them to the last page. So let's take a quick look at the design of some of these particular pages here. Just going to show you how I built this. This is a quick 3-step funnel. And I'm just going to tell you, I started from scratch on this. I did have some of the graphics, but overall, this took me about an hour to actually just build and put in place. Again, this is a simplified template. I like to keep things simple, just a simple headline. This might be a little bit bigger than I want. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So I don't know where it went. Let me just back out of here before I make any changes here. That's not good. So don't do that again, right? But you can simply come here, highlight everything here, change the font. Notice if you do this, you've got all this nice little font builder. But I want to show you here the different colors. If you take a look here, notice we've got orange, then it goes to a purple. If we come over here, we've got blues, and we even have greens. Now, from this, I just want to make sure that you understand, if you've ever built a web page with any kind of web page builder, this is very similar to other people's colors. And I really wish they would almost standardize to have all the colors mean the same across all the website builders. That way, it just makes it easier for people to understand. But right now, how HighLevel works, for those people out there that might be a little bit more techie, you start with a green area, which is a section, and then you're going to add a row in there. The rows are going to be blue. Then you're going to, inside that row, you're going to pick how many columns you want. Do you want a 1-column row, 2-column row, 3-column row, and so forth, depending upon how many columns you want in here. Now, notice this one at the top, even though you can't really see it here, this top section is just 1 row, 1 column, just meant to be a headline. This one is 1 row, 2 columns. So I've got 1 column over here that's going to be the sign up form, one that's going to be either like an image, or it can even have a little like pre-made video describing what people are going to get when they watch the full video, something like that. So this is a 2-column. And then if we just keep, so those are how the columns work. And then from there, that's what the purple is. The purple are the columns. And then once you're inside the columns, you have orange here, which represents the elements. Meaning if you look at elements, if you click on this button right here, these are all the tools you basically end up getting, like headline, subheadline, bullet list. Do you want a button? Do you want to put a form on the page? Social media icon. Do you want to put a video on the page, an image slider, photo gallery? All these things are images. You just simply click and drag onto the page, and you can quickly build a very robust web form here. So these are all the different kinds of, I'll blow this up a little bit. So you have a custom code. You got all these other particular things here, countdown timers. And yes, you even have 1-2-step order forms and order confirmations if you want to sell things within your funnel as well. So I just at least wanted to show you that, to at least make sure that you're aware, as well as explain for this particular builder how the different colors in the sections are. So again, green, then blue, then purple, then orange. So section, then a row, then column, then the actual elements inside of the columns. That's how you put them in here. And again, this right here is 1 section with 1 row, 1 column. Notice that it's all completely across. This right here is another one. And notice right here, we've got 3 here. So these are 3 columns. So 1 row, notice the blue is the row, and then it's got 3 columns in it, 1 for each one of these particular ones. And we've got 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows here. So if we take a look. So right now, if we just take a quick look here, I'm going to click on preview just to show you what this looks like. So this is just a very simple template. I like using simple because it's just easy. And it's just very simple for people to just, okay, start your own AI agency making 10,000 plus per month. Cool. Sure, I'll do that. Now, the great thing about having an on-demand webinar or masterclass is that people don't have to wait. They get access to this video training right now. And the cool thing about it is, I'm going to show you some of the automation piece behind HighLevel that you can automate sending out emails as reminders. You can send them emails regarding, hey, if you really want to rewatch this webinar, here's a direct link to the webinar itself so you can rewatch it. If you want them to do it again or even watch it again, which you should, because that way they don't have to go through the registration process again. They just go to their email, click it, and then that directs them directly to the page in the funnel that has the main video that allows them to rewatch it again. But keep in mind, that main page is also going to have a call to action for something. Now, that call to action could be click here to sign up for my free course, or it could be click here if you want a more detailed, whatever. Click here to sign up for my free community. Whatever it is you want to sell along with it, you've already got their name, you've already got their email, their lead. And again, with HighLevel, you can put them into a complete nurture sequence as long as you want. When I say nurture sequence, I mean like an email campaign. So once they sign up, now you can sit back and sending them emails. Hey, thank you so much for signing up for Masterclass. Here's some additional information I thought might be valuable to you. And you send that to them. Maybe a couple of days later, you follow up. Hey, how'd you like the AI agency webinar? I see you didn't sign up for anything. Is that something that you like to do? And you can keep nurturing them, send them, hey, do you know that in 2 years, 80% of all businesses are going to be using AI. Hop on the AI bandwagon now and start selling these services to start making lots of money. whatever it is that you want to say. But you can have a complete automation and email sequence built into HighLevel. And again, there's no additional piece of software you need to do this. Okay, that's one of the problems that some of these other webinar softwares have, is once the emails go out for that particular webinar, it's not really meant to treat it like a CRM or an email marketing system. Some of these webinars connect up to other CRM systems or other email marketing systems that you can integrate. But again, you're using two different pieces of software. Now you have to have two logins, two pricing plans. You get the point. Where with HighLevel, you get everything all in one. But here we've got just simply a headline. They can sign up with their full name and email. Here's the consent form. I consent that to receive text messages, blah, blah, blah. And you can make this required so that they can't sign up without it. Because again, right now you need to have that approval from them. Otherwise, you potentially could get hurt in the back end from sending them text messages or emails, because the A2P registration with cell phones now and texting, as well as they're just really clamping down on that. So you just definitely want to have consent, as well as anytime you send out an email or text message inside of any platform, you should always give people a way to opt out. Now, the great thing about HighLevel, they include those features automatically. As soon as you have your account, they automatically include the ability to opt out of a text message or opt out of an email. That's already built in there for you, so you don't even need to worry about it. So here, just some little bit of information. Again, let me show you how to start your agency today. Here's some of the cool features. Who is this for? Business owners, influencers, coaches, anybody that can sit back and actually want to get information out to people without having to go back and give this webinar over and over again. Just have an on-demand or a masterclass, whatever it is. I like the term masterclass myself. If you haven't learned, I think webinars just, it makes people think that you have to be on there live, versus masterclass, which kind of gives the feeling of, oh, I can watch something on the masterclass. I can just watch the masterclass online, and I don't have to sit back and wait or be on like a live event with somebody where I have to, hey, put 3 in the comment if you're from wherever and throw something in the comment. And I don't necessarily too much care for that myself, but this is where people could just get the information and you can have people go through this over and over again. Now, here's one of the other cool features about HighLevel that you may or may not too much care about. HighLevel can actually track the percentage of the video on the masterclass of the webinar that somebody watches. So if you have a 30-minute webinar and they watch 5 minutes, then you'll be able to determine if they watched it for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes. And you can even have automation that fires off or does something different if they watch it for at least 10 minutes, whatever that is. That's pretty cool. I don't know about any of these other software have the ability to do that, but as long as the video is within the media storage that I showed you, HighLevel has the ability to say, if somebody watches this video for more than 8 minutes, then you can have a workflow fire off or an automation that does something completely automated for them that no other software platform out here that you're paying for can do. That's pretty cool in my eyes, and that's just another great feature tool that you have if you're going to be building this to be able to do something if they watch it for a certain period of time. So again, who is this perfect for? And then I throw in here always just 100% satisfaction guarantee. Guys, it's a free webinar, a free masterclass. You don't have to offer them anything, but they feel better when it says 100% satisfaction guaranteed. So again, if they didn't like it, then they didn't waste too much time for that. But this is a basic, simple page that you can actually have. Now, when somebody comes in here and clicks on their name, their email address, and they click sign up, HighLevel will automatically create a contact record in your CRM system for it. And let me take a look at some of the other pages, and then I'll show you the automation that you can have behind the scenes that can do a bunch of cool stuff for you. Real quick here, just the second one here is just a thank you page. I'm just going to look at what this is real quick. So this is just, hey, a headline. I kept the same headline on this page, but you can change it. Thank you for registering. Click here to watch a masterclass. You click here to watch a masterclass. It takes you to the next step, which is this page, and it just has the same headline, but it has a particular video, and I don't necessarily have a call to action, but that's my fault on that one here. I'll add one real quick here to make sure it's included in the template, but that's it. Just create a button, some kind of call to action for click here to sign up for my free course if that's what you want. Now, I want to tell you a personal story about this. I actually did this a couple of years ago. I was interested in doing blogging and I never really was a blogger. I really wanted to sit back and build my own site and build my own blog and just want to make sure I did it right. So I found somebody, I'm not going to name names, but I watched a masterclass. The masterclass was about 35 to 40 minutes. And it just went over, hey, here's what our system is. It was actually a school group. What happens is they use school as a mechanism for distributing their coursework. Whereas, again, if you have HighLevel, you don't need school because HighLevel has all of the community features that school has, as well as all the course building. So you can keep it all within HighLevel so you don't have to pay the additional fees. But regardless of this particular one, they did use school and they still do. But I signed up for the free course. The call to action, I clicked on it. I paid their fee for their training on how to build blogs, and they had all this information in there. When that happened, I was added to the school group right away. Automatically, I got logged into school. I started taking the courses inside of school, and I learned a lot. And that was all without the person who created that masterclass even knowing who I was. Again, I'll tell you this, it was over $1,000 that I spent on that blog writing course, because to me, I don't mind investing in myself. I don't mind spending money on myself because it's money well spent. So anyway, this is how you can run a particular business and just simply have this running 24/7. once you create this, and you can create one for any niche, any program, any service, anything that you do, you can have different masterclasses for each one of these, a different link to each one of the masterclasses. And then from there, you can actually advertise and target people directly to these webinars, driving people in to your HighLevel account every single month. Again, there's no limit of the amount of webinars, the number of contacts, anything else that you can do inside of HighLevel. They don't charge you anything for that. It's just $97 a month for a flat fee for that. Now, I will add this, okay? Because people always want to ding me about this. Some of the haters I get on my channel, some of the trolls, but there are some additional services. So you do pay for the software. That's $97 a month, but there are additional usages. Paying for, you get this texting and email. Those are things that you can do inside of HighLevel, but they do cost money. Just to give you an idea, to send out 1,000 emails costs 67 cents currently. So when I say you're paying some money, you're not really paying, but maybe a few dollars if you're high volume. And sending out thousands and thousands of emails to people, it might cost you a few bucks. Text messaging, it's about the same, maybe a little bit more. And then if you actually want to do the phone integration, which it has the phone capabilities built directly into it, where you can make and receive phone calls and things like that's a little bit higher for doing and making phone calls. So there is an additional usage for that. I just want to be completely upfront and honest with it. But this is how you would build a simple 3-step funnel. And you can use this funnel, just change the colors, change the design, keep it the same as you want, and just change the video, change the title, and just simply sit back and keep posting it, advertising directly people to it, and just start selling yourself over and over again. Okay. Now, some of the things over here, I do want to sit back and just show you real quick here, the form builder, because people have a lot of questions about the form and the form builder. Now, if I do add a form, I can build it from scratch, or I could choose a template. I'm going to do mine from scratch, but I do want to show you the templates. There are just, you can build a whole bunch of cool forms in here, some way, shape, or form. Pick something here. You don't have to build the form out. You just simply pick one that you like, change maybe the background, some other things from it, and boom, you got a nice, cool form that has a bunch of stuff on it. So again, there's a lot of different categories for these particular forms. There's hundreds of them that you could choose from here. But right now, I just want to show you for the masterclass. It's just simply just a name, an email. Notice that there are asterisks next to them, which means that they are required. Now, I simply come here. If this right here is a component, if I wanted to make it required, I come over here and I check this box that says required. Now, again, this is the consent. They can't do this. They can't log in unless they check the consent, because we want to make sure it's okay to send them text messages and emails about the recording. So that's how you make things required. You've come in here and changed some of the settings. These are some of the information that you have. You can do buttons, text. You can put in addresses, automatic, like Google address verifications are built into here as well. All these kind of cool things. So again, you can build unlimited forms that you want. Now, the cool thing that HighLevel has is the ability to sit back and have automations. Now, they're called automations, but really inside of HighLevel, they're called workflows. Now, what I want to do is I want to search for the one that I was working on here. Yeah, this Masterclass sign up. So this right here, again, I'm trying to keep this simple. But right here, what happens, what has to happen automatically in order for this workflow to start? This is what makes it automated. So again, imagine you take this free template I'm going to give you, you change some stuff, boom, spend an hour changing it, you got your own video up there, and boom, now you can actually start driving traffic and ads to it. Now, how do you sit back and actually keep track of people? Right now, if you click on this particular ones, this is called a trigger. A trigger means something that has to happen in order for this automation to begin. And all this means is that we're going to be choosing a form submitted. So whenever somebody fills out that registration form, that means HighLevel will automatically fire this automation, and we could choose what form it is. So we get access to all the forms. So I'm just choosing that sign up form. So anytime somebody signs that and fills it out, then it's going to come down here and add a tag. And a tag is just a way of identifying some additional pieces of information about a contact. Here I added, if we take a look here, AI Masterclass. That means if I ever look back, I can search my entire CRM, give me everybody that has the AI Masterclass tag on it. And those are the people that signed up for my AI Masterclass. So it's a very quick and easy way to determine how many people signed up for your AI Masterclass, and then be able to retarget them later. So we're going to sit back and just simply add a tag. We can add 1, 2, as many tags as we want. And then from there, we're just simply going to send them an email. And the email could just simply, again, we could choose a template. We can make it look nice and fancy. I just chose the quick and easy designer here, the quick compose, although I could use a form builder tool for emails that allows you to do all the kind of cool HTML, image, video type of builder if you wanted to, but it's just hello. Here's the one thing I want to sit back and show you. These are merge fields. If you've ever dealt with those, HighLevel has all of these. So contact.first name. So I don't need to know the contact's first name. You can personalize everything inside of HighLevel by just simply using these particular contact tags. Now, just to give you an idea, I'm going to have to blow this up a little bit here, but if I click on this little tag right here, and of course it's not going to let me in. Let me go out and back in again. Sometimes it does that whenever I try to zoom in. Uh-oh. I don't necessarily like zooming in and out because sometimes it does freeze up for some reason like that on my computer. But if I click here on the email, if I come down here and click on this little tag, notice that if I go to contact, I have access to all these fields inside the contact: last name, phone, email, text, their address information, date of birth. These are standard fields that come inside of the HighLevel platform, but you also have these things called custom fields that you can add as many custom fields as you want. So if you want to put in anniversary date, kids' names fields, whatever it is that you want to add, you can literally add additional fields to the contact record and expand the sort of schema as much as you want. So you got contact, you've got the user that's actually working inside of the system. If they have an appointment, calendar, message, anything from the account, all of these are different things that they have access to that you can simply put in a merge field here. So these are all just very cool, and they make things very generic so that you don't necessarily have to go back and customize this thing every time you want to change the email. So right now, anybody that gets put through here, it's going to say hello, contact, first name. That's how it's going to be did. I want to thank you for registering for our AI Masterclass. Thank you. And then location.name is really just going to be like the name of your business here that you have. Or you can just simply type something in. Now here, you can also put a link in for that. Again, I told you to rewatch to replay or something like that if you want to give it to them in the email again. But this fires, and this can do any number of things here. So just to give you an idea here, if you click on this little plus button right up underneath here, this is a way for you to add what they call an action. And here are just all the different actions that you can have regarding this. You can update a contact record. You can send an email. You can communicate with Slack. You can make a phone call. You can do a voicemail drop. You can communicate through Facebook Messenger. You can do any number of things that you want to do here, including WhatsApp messaging as well in here. So there's a lot of different things. You could do webhooks if you want to webhook out to a third-party system. If you want logic, like an if-else statement, it has that capability of saying, if this person is whatever, if they watch more than 5 minutes of the video, then do this or something. So that's pretty cool that you can do. So there's a lot of things that you can do inside of HighLevel. But the biggest point I want to explain to you is not only can you do the webinar funnel, it also has a CRM integration. So you've got your contacts. Inside of your contacts, it actually gives you access to every communication, every email, every text message, everything that you communicated, every file that's been transferred, every voice call that's been made to them, all remains inside of the contact record here inside of HighLevel. As well as you get the automation piece and all of that for this particular price right here of just 97 bucks. So this is why I like using HighLevel. Now, me personally, I use a higher version of this for myself here because I have additional features that I want to use, but you don't need it. If all you're looking to do is promote your business, if you want to include your coursework inside of this same account, you can do so at no additional fees, no additional charges. Do you want to sell your courses? You sell your things, no additional fees other than whatever payment processor that you want to use is connected to. So hopefully you found this useful. And if you did, again, smash that like button, share this out to anybody. But I just want to sit back and show you what was available, show you some of the tools, show you what I use, and offer you a free template to say, go out and get started. Build some masterclasses, put them out there, drive some traffic, and start making some money. Thank you so much and have a great day.